What up?
Hello.
So, okay, when we met, I remember that I'm trying to think how this was. I want to say that okay, so we met once, like we had like our first like hangout together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was for like maybe an hour. It wasn't very long.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day you were like, "What are you doing? We have to get together. I have something to tell you," right? You were like, "Hey, let's get together because I need to declare that we're soulmates and then we need to immediately live together forever," right? Can you
Yes.
verify or deny? You can deny. You can just deny and walk off. You can be like, "Fuck this story. This is not who I am."
No, I will verify.
You verify? Okay. So I want to say that the first week we were like living together, essentially together forever.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's silly in my mind. Would you say, I swear you said, I don't know how it came up. Okay, this is being dramatic, but I'm going to try to get it out. I swear you said something like that we were just harmonious, right?
Yes.
Do you remember that thought or feeling? Like, do you remember why that word came up? Into the mic.
Well, that's kind of what I wanted in a partner.
So you wanted someone harmonious.
Yes.
Did you know that word? Were you, like, was that a conscious,
Yes.
like, I want someone harmonious?
Yes.
Okay. I've never in my entire life wanted harmony. That's just never... It did not occur to me that that was even an option, let alone a want. I don't know. So you mentioned harmonious, right? We were together a week.
Yes.
I remember we were just like hanging out, and I think we were just like laying around, and then you said something about us being harmonious, and I was like, I'm shaking my head no in disbelief. Like right now I'm like, because there's no other word. Like that was 100% how it felt, and I can't even put it, like I feel like I always want to find a different word, but there's no other word. We are just harmonious. It's like an effortless, and that's the weird thing. Like I could never write, well, I probably could write a self-help book being like, here's how to have a fantastic I should never write it. If I ever do, never buy it, because this is effortless for the most part. Wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Would you say like we've developed harmony, or like
I say yes, we did. Yeah.
we did develop harmony?
Well, I mean,
I don't feel like we
we
developed
were kind
it.
of automatically.
That's the difference
But
between automatic and
We
develop.
helped it along too.
We've supported the
supported it,
harmony
yes.
that's already there. I wouldn't say there was a dissonance and then we found a common ground. We sat down, had a heart-to-heart. Will
So
you
the
please
things
be
you should
harmonious with
consider.
me? I'll think about it. No, none of that. It was just like, what is this weird foreign feeling? And then you're like, this is a nice harmonious relationship. I was like, that's it. That's the weird feeling I'm experiencing right now. I'm experiencing harmony. I don't know what to do about it. Panic, freak out. This was all going somewhere. Where is this going? Oh, I know where this is going.
Tell us, doctor.
Doctor. Ooh, let me take a sip. Talk about something.
Well, one day.
I need to do this to you more. I need more of your random thoughts. Let's hear it. Keep going. I'm going to take a long-ass sip.
No.
A triple sip. I'm just going on sip land. Driving off. Peace.
There was a box. It contained items.
All right. Ending the sip now. Okay. So, oh yeah, this is where this is going. So I was discussing with someone who shall be nameless. You'll pick up. I'm like winking. Like big winks going on. Okay, no, I was talking to somebody and we were discussing, like, I was trying to get them to explain what kind of partner they want. And this person apparently has some closed off emotional wall where they don't want to discuss, or maybe they just don't like me. Maybe they're just like, this is personal.
It seems to be that most people either just don't think about it or they have some kind of issues that they don't want to deal with. Like they just want to like have somebody, you know,
like
like they don't want to think about
like like
the
they
bigger
show
picture.
like they show up at the restaurant and they don't want to place the order.
Yes.
Just bring
it's like
me
that.
what I want, okay? Just bring it. I don't need to name it. You can just you're a server, read my mind. Bring me my favorite dish.
I
And
feel
it's
like
like,
that's
I've
the
never met
default.
you. I've never met you. You need to leave the restaurant. You're not getting your dish unless you got to ask for that shit. Is that where we're going with this? Is that where you're going with this?
That's where I go with it.
I guess that's where I'm going. That I was trying to get this person to like read me their order. Like there's
Yeah.
the menu of life, right? The menu of
Yeah.
love. Just read me your order. What would you like this fictitious romantic relationship menu meal? This is a weird mixed metaphor. Okay, we'll just go with it. So I was trying to get this person. Apparently, I like to pry. Apparently, I don't. Apparently, when these people refuse to open up, I just act like I'm not noticing that they don't want to talk about their private, intimate thoughts and feelings with me. But, and then I put it on blast on YouTube, which is why I'm not naming names. This person. I'm going to take another sip. Why don't you entertain the people?
The items inside the box.
No. False. Wow, that was a great story. Thank you. It's no better than my story. Okay, I gotta take a sip story every 5 seconds. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so I was discussing with this person. I was trying to get this person.
You were prying this person.
I was harassing this person. I was bullying them into being open and soft-hearted with me. Okay, so we were discussing, like, oh, what are, like, just name some things you appreciate about a person or you don't. Like, just what, like, name something, right? This is, right, me being desperate in a conversation. And finally, and so the conversation pretty much did not exist for a long time. I was like, there's got to be like a statue or an analogy or something where it's like, I'm holding up the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, it will fall if I let go. I'm just holding all the conversation together.
Yeah.
This person is not contributing and I won't let go. Okay.
You are the bottom piece of a Jenga statue.
In a codependent relationship. Okay. So finally, this person disclosed that they would like to just be able to make a not like a date, but just be able to kind of schedule, maybe that, like, on the least romantic tone ever, just like I'd like to be able to schedule with someone, like,
that sounds
to
like her personality.
anticipate like when we can hang out next. Right? And then that like sparked this whole thing. Like, there was like this,
She needs an accountant.
She gave me like a little nugget, and maybe that's why she didn't want to talk to me, because she knew if she gave me like an inch, I would just like shoot off and take a mile. I'd be like, and I've got all this genius advice and wisdom for you. So this is the shining moment in my brain. This is all the lighting up of my brain circuits. Everything just was like, this is an intimate piece of mine and Mark's relationship that I couldn't have known, like, when we met. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. It's weird to declare someone your soulmate and you're going to get married when you don't really know someone, which is what we did, because there's so many things you just don't know about yourself or the other person, especially when you're young, like different like dynamics to relationships. You're just not thinking like, oh, this could come up and this could come up. But these things have worked out. And now that I'm on the other side and they've worked out, I can reflect back and tell her and be like, hey, this is something, like, you're talking about scheduling with someone. You want to make a schedule, and some people don't want to schedule. Like, I would say the majority of my friends, they don't schedule. Like, if you say, are you going to be here I guess we actually have jokes about it. It's like, hey, is so-and-so coming? It's like, if they say no, there's a 50% chance they're coming. And if they say yes, you probably won't see them or something. Like, there's a whole sense of humor about, this is the kind of people we know. Or maybe that's the majority of people. I don't really know. And then, oh man, here we are on more tangents. Let's keep going. So I have this one friend. Well, she's kind of gone. She ran off. She's like way YOLO. She's like, I don't even want to, like, I want to email her all the time and just be like, hey, what's going on? Give me an update. But I don't do it because I know her, because I've been friends with her for so long. Like, if she's not emailing me, just give her the space. Like, I will never hear from her again, and I just have to appreciate the times we had. Okay, so this friend, this is getting confusing because I'm naming a lot of nameless fucking people, a lot of faceless names here. Okay, let's just not go down that tangent because that shit is confusing. I apologize. So I was discussing with this person about personalities and how, she would like to be able to make a schedule. And I was like, I know a lot of people, like the majority of people I know are not into schedules. Like, like it just feels really constrictive and restricting, and like a lot of resistance builds up is the kind of the impression. They didn't necessarily, they kind of said that in different words, but I've actually read about different personality types, and it really put in perspective why my friends kind of feel so strongly about not like committing to a day or a time. Like, they just do not. And I feel like I have to explain this, but I bet everybody listening, they're like, preach, like they're clapping, they're like, yeah, fuck schedules. But guess what? I'm not into that. I'm way into schedules. Like, I need clear expectations. I need every Miss Tangent over here needs every inch of context ever, like all the details, all the expectations. Fortunately, I have a very flexible personality, so I can completely respect and bend to the will of people who have no interest in schedule. So I was discussing with this person, Mark. I was telling this person about Mark and how Mark is not YOLO. And that was kind of the phrase I came up with. Oh, I came up with YOLO, whatever. This is like the connecting of the dots of YOLO in a relationship. Like the person who doesn't want to schedule, they are very YOLO, right?
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I didn't connect it until that very conversation, but this is another reason why I love you so much and why we are a perfect couple and we will fucking die together forever, whatever that means. Okay, sorry, that kind of came out a little cryptic. Me and you are not YOLO.
Yeah.
Are we?
No.
Okay. Let me give you an example. And this is the example that struck all the love in my heart while discussing YOLO with this person. Because she was feeling like maybe wanting someone who can make, schedule her in might be, too much.
She needs an office administrator.
She's like, she didn't say, am I asking too much? But I was getting the sense that she felt like maybe she was just trying to put everyone on lockdown. I was like, look, you just don't want YOLO. You know what I mean? And I was like, let me tell you about Mark. I was like, this is Mark. Every time he pulls out a record to play it, every single time he's in this, I can see it from across the room. And I noticed this, right? Because you got into records a couple of years ago. And I looked over and I was like, this man is in the zone. You pull out a record from the sleeve, you spray the record down, right?
Oh, no, I spray a towel.
Whatever. Exactly. You spray the towel. You do this weird wiping where you're barely touching. You're like, no one's like, you're just buffing the fucking Statue of Liberty, like treating this shit like a fucking fine wine. Like, you're just just restoring the fucking Mona Lisa. You're just so gently just like wiping this already wiped down, like the record. Last time you played this record, you wiped the shit down and then you put it up. It's already wiped down. It hasn't been touched since you wiped it last. You've pulled it back out. You've pulled the record out of the clean sleeve. It's a fresh sleeve. I see you buy brand new packs of sleeves so that when you buy a record from a thrift store, you can put a fresh sleeve. You wipe that shit down every single time you play it. I look over and your eyes are like, you're like a cat. You're like a locked in feline. Excuse me. I'm getting passionate. I was so jazzed up when I was talking about this on the phone. I was like, I look over and he's just spraying, wiping shit down, like playing the record. Okay, the record's played, pick it back up, spray that. It's just like, this man is not YOLO. The person who like meticulously cleans an already clean record in a brand new sleeve is not going to go off to Burning Man. Like, this person just is not interested in any sort of YOLO. Like, and the first time, see, I noticed that okay, what is that noise? Okay, so you started collecting records. Mm-hmm. And I kind of I noticed it at first that you were spraying it down, but I didn't realize like how much of a ritual it was for you, like how meticulous, like how like locked into the, like you're giving like full eye contact to like the record, like this is the Mona Lisa, we cannot destroy it, right? Everything is very, okay, I've said this 1,000 times, let's move on. So one day it clicked. I was like, oh, he does this every time. Like, this is a very, like, you have a special spot where you place the rag, and you have like a unique spray bottle that looks like it's like industrial, like you got a solution, what is it, like water, alcohol, a little bit of, I don't know, it's a very serious setup. It's like, do not touch the setup, don't look at the setup is also in a very meticulous spot. Okay, so one day I look over and it clicked, like, oh, I see him do this all the time, and I was filled with so much love for you when I saw you cleaning fucking records like a fucking crazy person. I was like, this, I am so proud of this person. This person is not YOLO. I'm not YOLO. I'm not running off anywhere. Like, I've got a planner. I've got a schedule. I don't shoot from the hip. Well, maybe I kind of do a little bit. I do have a flexible personality. However, where's this going? Okay. So now that I've gushed all about how you clean a record and how that really does it for me, it's weird because when I see you do that, or like when you're like super meticulous about your coffee in the morning, you're like, you don't like buy ground coffee, like you grind coffee to the moment, you like time the water, like you're extremely no YOLO, not even with your fucking coffee.
That's how espresso is.
Tell me about it. Yes,
there are many steps.
You
have to follow them. You have to know what to. There are many ratios. There's a lot of things to pay attention to, especially time.
Nobody can see the sparkle in your eye. Like, you look like...
I try to explain espresso to people, and
their eyes glaze
like,
over.
Too much information. Moving on.
And here's the thing. We could have... when you're young, you just meet someone. There's nothing in your mind that thinks like, oh, I should ask like a test question when I meet this person to see if they like can schedule some shit. Like, there's probably some sort of like co-optive way to be like, hey, I don't know how you'd even ask because I haven't really thought about it, but that's actually a cornerstone to like how people function. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. If like our relationship would be less harmonious if you couldn't appreciate the meticulous, or if I couldn't appreciate the... Now, the weird thing I want to know, and I'm going to wrap this up because this is really kind of not really going anywhere. It's just me gushing about my fucking husband. Okay. Am I meticulous? Because I feel like I look at that and I'm filled with so much love, and it's not, and it is it's a selfless love of just like, being in awe of you, obviously. And then there's like a selfish part, which is like where I feel like I get you and you get me, even though you're not fucking thinking about me but when I see you like wipe down a fucking clean ass record, I feel like you understand me.
Yes.
I feel understood is kind of what I'm saying.
You are meticulous.
But I don't think
if you do something and it's not 100%, you just trash the whole thing.
I don't think that's true. I
feel like you do
I
that.
can't think of one example. Not even one. Like there's nothing. Like you said that and my mind was like, nope. Like, you know what I mean? It's funny because usually if someone says shit, you either say no or you instantly know what they're talking about. And usually if you have an instant no, that's probably like you're suppressing some sort of memory, like all the bad memories of every time you freaked out about perfectionism.
You definitely are a perfectionist.
I'm going to take your word for it. I can't think of a single, not one
Seriously?
example of well, I did walk away from a lot of different lifestyles where I was like, dumpster diving for life, yeah, every day, all day. And then I was like, peace. I do have we did sell our land like peace, right?
Yes.
So I guess I am all or nothing to some degree. And again, working on that flexible personality. You can do what you want. Okay. This has to be wrapped up. There's no ending to this. This doesn't go to anything. Where does this go?
To recap, no YOLO.
No YOLO. Or if you're
YOLO,
you need to if you're YOLO, if you are YOLO, you need to find someone YOLO.
You can go to Burning Man.
Maybe you'll find them there. I'm sure we'll go at some point. I feel like you can't be so you got to be, I don't know.
You're open-minded.
I'm open-minded. I have no idea where this is going. Peace.